Church, now y'all know I ain't want to say I told you so, but I knew when it came to Morgan and Binh, all roads always lead back to Justin's ass. I got my notes, I hope y'all got yours. Let's get on into this damn mess. Alright y'all, so let's jump on into these hot topics and talk about Stacia and that damn dog Luna. Now baby, listen. I already knew that me and Stacia was like, seeing eye to eye on most things. But baby, when she had to babysit that damn dog, I said, me and Stacia done gotten to another damn level in our damn relationship, okay? When Stacia said, oh, I gotta pick up the dog poop, I thought it was just fertilizer for the ground. I said, y'all don't even know how many times I've said that, okay? I've had my dog for 13 years. And before the dog people try to come for me in the comments, baby, when I walk the dog, I carry bags and I pick up the poop, okay? But when I am at home and the dog is in our yard, as far as I'm concerned, you can pee and poop until your stomach and heart's content, baby. Fertilize that ground, lay out that damn manure, make the grass grow green and long for all that I care, okay? I hate picking up dog poop. And so I totally understood Stasia's mindset when her face was making all them damn gang signs when Krysten's ass was explaining to her what to do with that damn dog. So that made me laugh. Okay, that's probably the hardest laugh that I've laughed this damn season. So thank you, Stacia, and thank you, Luna. Now moving forward to our general couple updates. Let's start off with Morgan and Binh and talk about this whole betrayed trust. So baby, listen. The way I'm set up is that I am very reasonable, okay? If you give me proper input, I will give you what you need in terms of support, okay? I am programmed to be on your side if you are reasonable, if you are pragmatic, and if you make sense, okay? So listen, Morgan said that he betrayed her trust again. So my main question, baby, was what did the man say, right? So then finally, after a lot of hemming and hawing, she got into it. She said that he was talking to Justin about that she's still not a nurse, right? And in my mind, I said, asked and answered. Like, that's old information. What are we talking about? And I said, okay, she has to have some more information that she's talking about. She said that he's been telling Justin that she's mad that his family is perfect. Isn't that old information too? So I said, listen, Sesame Street taught me my ABCs, my 1, 2, 3s, and how to recognize patterns, okay? And you can't still be mad about the old stuff, okay? So something else has to be missing here. So now we go to Binh. Binh says that he was just venting to Justin, okay? So my take on the situation is this. I don't think that she's mad about what was said. I think that she's mad that it was continuing to be said, if that makes sense, okay? So it's not necessarily him bringing up old information that he's already talked to Justin about. It's the fact that he kept continually going to Justin with the information after I told you that it gives me pause, it makes me uncomfortable, and makes me not trust you, right? So it's the fact that I continually tell you to do something and you continually keep doing the opposite of what I've asked you to do, okay? Now listen. I always try to understand both sides of a disagreement, right? So we've already covered the Morgan side. On the Binh side, I don't think that it's out of the stretch of the imagination to want someone to have in their life that they can consider their confidant, right? Somebody they can come to, that they can be completely transparent with, tell them their concerns, and get constructive feedback with, right? So I don't think it was wrong for him to go to somebody. I'm just like, yo, Binh, like, if you went to Justin before and it resulted in an argument with Morgan, then wouldn't a rational mind realize that going back to Justin again would result in the same damn outcome? Like, listen, clearly this is not a safe space. This is not, he's your friend and I think there's a friendship there and a commonality, but Justin is not a safe space for this information, right? Clearly, all you're doing every time you keep going to Justin is you keep playing a continual game of telephone, baby. Because by the time you say to Justin one thing in terms of saying that you just venting, it gets to Justin talking loud as hell on speakerphone, Alexis picking it up, running it back to Morgan, and then causing a whole bunch of stress, struggles, and strife in your damn relationship, okay? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't have someone to talk to, because baby, listen, if I go to my best friend, I know that that information is not going anywhere, okay? So all I'm saying is, listen, you had a life before Morgan, which means to me that you have an acquaintance, you have a family friend, or you have a best friend that you can go to that will probably be a better person for you to invest this damn information in than Justin, who is germane to the process right there and kind of programmed to kind of be, the grenade that sets off your relationship again. So listen, I understand both sides of the situation in terms of who's right and who's wrong. Binh, you are completely wrong, okay? You cannot go back to the same person that caused a whole bunch of stress, struggles, and strife in your life and think that you're about to get a different outcome this time. It doesn't work that way, okay? So clearly, Morgan and Binh are about to start back from zero again because the trust has been completely broken. Now let's move on to Alexis and Justin. So she basically says that she's self-regulating emotions for the two of them. Fully understand it. When you have somebody like Justin who's admittedly said, listen, I know that I have a problem with my emotions, okay? I can fly off the handle. On one end of the spectrum, I'm crying and I'm emotional. On the other end of the spectrum, I'm angry, I'm confrontational, and I'm cussing, okay? He's trying to create a middle. So you've told him about this problem. It's become apparent just in the goings on of this relationship, and he realizes that it's something he needs to work on, right? So in terms of this dinner blow up, that I really want to talk about, let's talk about, Alexis's part in it. I think it's twofold, right? On one hand, y'all, and go with me for a second on this. When Alexis sat at that table and she said, I don't want to speak, I just want to listen, part of me took her words as saying that that was kind of her impetus for Justin to speak, right? Like almost like the whole situation with Krysten and Mitch, where Krysten said, I would really like Mitch to go first. It was almost like Alexis was saying the same thing without saying the same thing, right? So to me, if my wife says, I don't want to speak, I just want to listen, I think what she meant to say is I would rather you speak, right? Or I would rather you go first. That's what I kind of got out of it. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if you felt something similar. But half of me feels like she really wanted to be reserved because she wanted Justin to go first, right? Because what she said was going to be a bit inflammatory. And that brings me to my second point, right? Because if it's not that she wanted him to go first, it's that she knew that whatever she was going to say was going to be inflammatory and was going to send him into some sort of emotional tailspin or a confrontational tailspin. So in order to keep self-regulating the relationship and the emotions, she opted to not say anything instead of saying something that was going to end up blowing up the situation, right? So out of one of them two things, one of them got to be right. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. In terms of fault in the situation, listen, I think at that table in front of the other couples, I'm not really a fan of airing out your dirty laundry in front of a whole bunch of people, but these people are all in the same experiment as you. They're all in their own relationships. They all have their own issues. And if there's ever a safe space in order to say what you need to say, that table was probably it, right? So I know that Alexis was probably trying to avoid an argument in terms of what she did, but she kind of caused one, right? Because Justin didn't get the hint that he should probably go first and say something, and he kind of took it as an attack on him in terms of what have I done? Why doesn't my wife want to talk? Instead of, oh, my wife just wants to listen. Maybe I should go first and say what's on my mind. And then perhaps if what you said was good, that would have brought something good out of her. So y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. And in terms of, whose fault the situation was. Was it Alexis's direct fault, or was it the way that Justin handled it afterwards, right? Now let's get on into Stacia and Nate. Let's talk about Nate's actions speaking volumes. So after last week, baby, I was completely done with Stacia, with all this acting desperate. I'm like, girl, you are too successful, too damn rich, too damn beautiful to be, begging this man for love when he's showing you love through his damn actions, right? So what do we see this episode? Nate's actions speak volumes, okay? The man got, your damn wedding date tattooed on him, okay? And he signed the post-nup documents, okay? So I don't know how we go from last week of her, why won't you love me? You rated me a 4. I'm going through all of this stuff. I need you to love me. And then this week it's sign this post-nup and put a damn tattoo on your body. It seems like a ridiculous flip to me, but listen, if the current action of getting a damn tattoo on your body helps her to feel more, regulated, more secure in the relationship, then listen, if Nate is a man that shows his emotions and shows his love through his actions, then he did what needed to be done in order to give Stacia what she needed, okay? Now, personally, when I first found out that they were starting to get tattoos, it gave me a bit of pause, baby, because for me, tattoos are kind of the napalm, the thing that blows a relationship up. I don't know what it is about the world, y'all, or the universe, but the minute that you get somebody's name tattooed on your damn body, it's like the damn shot clock starts for the damn relationship. So I'm glad they didn't get like, Nate on Stacia or Stacia on Nate. It was just the wedding date, because listen, if you are a person that likes tattoos and you are a person that has several of them, then getting some Roman numerals of a significant date on your body is probably better than getting someone's name on that you might have to, quiet as it's kept, get lasered off later, okay? Just saying. Now, in terms of the whole flip-flop, and like I said, Stacia flip-flop from last week, her being so, desperate, to this week, her being so active and being back to her normal boss lady self. Like the flip-flop nature of it was a little bit jarring for me, but listen, fair exchange ain't no robbery, because if Stacia flip-flopped, so too did Nate, if you think about it. Because if last week Mama was a 4 and you didn't know how you truly felt about her, but y'all were moving in the right direction, and then this week now she's a 7 or an 8. Truthfully, baby, I don't believe it, okay? It's just too much of a switch for me. How you go from a 4 1 week, hell, a 4 last week to a 7 or 8 this week. But listen, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if I'm just being Scrooge about their love or whatever, or if it's possible that you can be a 4 1 week and gain about 4 more points in the damn next week and I'm falling in love with you. To me, I think Nate is a master of not manipulation, but of wordplay, right? Because it's not I'm in love with you, it's I'm falling more in love with you, right? So there's a difference between being in love with somebody and being in the process of falling in love with them, right? So it's a game of semantics. I do not think that he's manipulating her. I do like, though, that he is kind of metering expectations and not going full force in a situation where he's not sure. And also in a situation where she's prone to these emotional ups and emotional downs. You don't want to kind of add a grenade to that situation when someone is already seemingly unstable. I'm not saying that she is unstable. I'm just saying that when you flip your personality and, what people know about you so severely, it kind of leads one to believe that there are some deep emotional trauma, some deep emotional issues that you haven't resolved, which is what we saw with that scene with, Stacia and her mama. Because the minute that the mama showed up and they was cooking and Stacia started crying, I said, her issues come back to that damn mama. The mama did something. And then the mama said that she was in a relationship that didn't show her in the best light and she should have left and blah, blah, blah. I said, this is what happens, okay? Because, our parents put scars on us and it's not 100% their fault, right? Because at the end of the day, okay, yes, mommy wasn't there. Yes, daddy wasn't there. Maybe they didn't do this, maybe they didn't do that. And that's a contributing factor, right? But at the end of the day, you kind of have to make a segue between what was done to me, what I accepted, and how I move forward, right? Like, it can't always be someone else's fault. It can also be how you internalized it and also how you applied it to your own life, right? So I'm not negating the mother's role in, Stasia's mindset. I'm just saying that everything can be a contributory factor and is not necessarily the sole cause, right? Now let's move on to Krysten and Mitch and talk about this notion of being everything for him and nothing for yourself. Nothing new here, okay? Because, Krysten wants the damn relationship to work out so bad that she's willing to go to the ends of the earth to make him happy. And what we saw at that damn couples dinner is that when it came time for Mitch to speak, Mitch just kept coming with I, me. This is how I've grown. I didn't know if I could be a husband. I, me. Okay? And that kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back for Krysten, because it's kind of like she woke up in the moment. Like, I'm so glad she did, because like I told her from the beginning of when the man wasn't attracted to her, you got in the driver's seat of that situation. You're going to have to keep getting in the driver's seat of this relationship, or this man is going to run all over you, okay? And I'm a firm believer, baby. You can only be fake for so long before the real you comes out. And in her situation, I don't even think it's being fake. I just think it's being agreeable and being, wanting something to work out so badly that you kind of stifle yourself in hopes of activating whatever needs to be activated in the other person, right? So it's not being fake. It's just a stifleization of your situation. Okay, wordplay, right? So, and as I've said before, she needs to bring the real her out, okay? That's what needs to happen. There's no if, ands, or buts about it, okay? If you bring the real you out, right, and he leaves, that is on him, okay? But it's better to know on the front end than the back end, okay? Because if he leaves on the back end, feelings are involved and you're invested, okay? Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah, you're still kind of invested, but you need to start showing the real you, because it's going to be a jarring situation, as you basically said at that table, when the real you pops out and realizes that, yo, I can't be everything to him and nothing to myself. That's not how a successful and stable relationship is founded or can continue, right? Moving forward. To Lindy and Miguel. Now, try as I might, baby, I'm about to give Lindy and Miguel the award this week for least problematic couple, okay? So, baby, get up, take a bow, because y'all are the winners, okay? I did not see any red flags this week. I did not see any damn problems. And try as I might, I couldn't even find no damn notes. The only thing I could write was, Lindy hasn't shown her worst to Miguel yet. Listen, when they was on the boat, or, doing their little confessional on the outside of the boat, and he said, I've seen your worst. And then Mama chimed up with, you haven't seen me at my worst. I said, Miguel, baby, get ready. And when that lady said, buckle up, baby, truer words haven't been spoken. You can look at Lindy and also see her progress through this damn process and realize that there is a whole plethora, heaping of crazy under the surface ready to pop off, okay? And we've only seen just a little bit of it. It's kind of like when a pot's boiling and you see it boiling and shaking and vibrating. Well, all we've seen so far is a little bit of steam and the water running down the sides of the pot, okay? It hasn't completely overflowed yet. So just like Lindy said, baby, buckle up, baby, okay? And y'all, I think that's really all I wanted to cover on this episode. So if you liked what I said, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media at DatDamnDasher. And until next time, y'all, remember that love is giving someone the ammunition to hurt you and trusting that they won't. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.